This is Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell on the Forge Audio Network.
Forge fans, welcome back to another episode. Today is August 22nd, 2023. I'm your host, Mackenzie Barwell, here to give you all things Forge FC. Another beautiful morning here at Tim Hortons Field. I got the chance to catch up with Coach David Edgar after practice, so we'll be hearing from him shortly. But a few things to get into today, including some news around the league and the Spark Summit. So to kick off the episode, let's talk Week 19 of the CPL's Team of the Week. For Forge FC, Benny Badabenga is in the left attacking position, and after last week's match, Benny's been able to show the kind of uniqueness that he can bring to the front line and the creativity that he has on the ball. So for him to be recognized in Week 19 is definitely well earned. It was funny, actually. After Benny's goal, the CPL tweeted that was a Benny Badabanger, and I'm not going to lie, I had a good laugh because it was only a matter of time before somebody cracked that joke. That would be all for Forge FC, so Kyle Becker's streak will come to an end. I'm sure we'll see his name pop up, though, in upcoming weeks. 7 weeks straight will have to be enough for now. Some other relevant names, though, to be aware of from Ottawa. Of the 11 players this week, 4 are from Atletico. The first being Ollie Bassett. He's in talks again for yet another Player of the Year award, which would be back-to-back wins for him. Over the weekend in Winnipeg, Bassett scored a pair of goals in a 3-1 victory, tying him with Forge's own Taron Campbell for the league's Golden Boot lead, with 10 on the season now. He also leads the league in goal contributions with 13. So Ollie Bassett can absolutely not be left alone in the midfield. On Friday, he scored a very similar free kick to Benny's just outside the 18-yard box, but on a slightly sharper angle. Here's what the broadcast sounded like after Ollie's goal. I feel like the audio really paints the picture for just how talented of a player that he really is.
Yesley commands his wall. It's just a two-man wall. Bassett goes towards the near post and puts it off the glove and in! Golden Boots, my goodness, tied for the league lead and scoring from a set piece. This game's over. Game, set, and match. Ottawa have got points. They probably have 3, and they are ascending towards the top. It's the league's best from a year ago. He even surprised himself on that one, Jordan Wilson.
Ottawa would have even more representation in the midfield from number 96, Elias Elidas, and number 14, Jean-Anil Assis, after both having some strong showings this weekend. Lastly, goalkeeper Nathan Ingham made his second straight appearance in the Team of the Week. After one of his best performances of the season, he made 6 saves on the road in Winnipeg. Before we wrap up this segment, some other standing updates to be aware of following this weekend. Kyle Becker, still tied for most assists in the league this season with 7 total. Tristan Borges, though, is not far behind. He's currently sitting in second place with 4 total. Moving on to my interview now. After practice today, I caught up with Coach Eddie to get his take on the circumstances as we approach playoffs from both his coaching and player perspective. Things first, how was your experience on Kyle's podcast? Because I need to make sure your Forge Daily experience is better than the captain's log. So.
Oh, yeah. No, it was excellent. I really enjoyed it. I would have, had I known the video was going to be a little bit lower, I would have put some cleaner shoes on the bottom. I didn't realize I had my dirty flip-flops on, but yeah, no, it's good. Kyle's fantastic at that, and Mitch is good too, and then they've got some great help. So I really enjoyed it. It was actually quite cathartic, I think, talking about stuff like that
for
too.
Sure.
Because I left playing, went straight into coaching. It's just kind of been, that's it, right?
It must have been a quick transition.
It was,
too.
very, so yeah, it's been good.
Well, you know what? I think the flip-flops probably match the vibe in West Storage, so.
I think so. The captain's log, yeah. Pretty grim down there.
The first question that I wanted to ask was regarding kind of the situation of the regular season right now, because as you probably know, the top 3 teams are all within 1 or 2 points of each other. But they also have a game in hand. So in a situation like this where your backs are kind of against the wall, now as a coach, how do you feel that changes, or does it at all, the way that you prepare, the way that you train going into matchups now?
I think us individually and collectively as a group, it doesn't change much. We've been pretty consistent throughout my time here and how we train, how we go about things. Yes, there's times of the season you raise it. We never look to lower our standards, but you have to raise it at certain times of the season. The business end, as they say, we're coming into now. Regards to the game in hand, it's a difficult one because I've been in situations here and other teams where do you either want the points on the board early? Do you want the games in hand, right? So it can go against you a little bit at times.
Yeah, I guess it works both ways.
100%. So would you rather have the points on the board or the games in hand? It's up to an individual. And you can see right now, any team is beating any team week in, week out. So we're just going to go about our business and do our things, and hopefully things will start to click a little bit.
Yeah, so it's similar into the way that Bobby talks about how you don't reinvent the wheel when you're winning and you don't reinvent it when you're losing.
No, it's almost like I've learned from a good guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, sounds familiar. Okay, now kind of shifting to your player perspective. Can you talk about your experience in the playoffs and how, that changes your mentality, the motivation? Like, what does that do when you kind of enter into that environment?
Yeah, like listen, I just said there, you don't want to lower your standards, but as a professional in any sport, it is tough to get up for every single game. When there's times of the season that it might just be a little bit of a lull. But when playoff comes around and these big games come around, that's what you live for. And that's what you live for as a player in any sport, is the big occasion, big crowds, the big noise, everything. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it now.
I'm excited.
Right? Yeah.
I can't lie.
And so
as an in-game host.
But again, we need to create our own environment in these next 6 or 7 games to make sure we're flying going into them.
I wish you luck, Eddie. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
And last but not least, we've got some exciting news coming up around the Spark Summit. Jacqueline Dory has been announced as the host for the second consecutive year now. Jackie did a phenomenal job last year. Everyone at the stadium thinks so highly of her. I'm thrilled that she's coming back, and personally so looking forward to meeting her. Jackie's a Toronto-based host and producer with 9 years of experience in the sports industry. She actually got her start with the Ticats and then moved on to work with CBC Sports, where she's covered 4 Olympic and Paralympic Games, not to mention World Cups and different World Championships. She's currently working as a producer and host at Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, covering the Stanley Cup playoffs, the NHL, and All-Star Games. Now, keep your eyes peeled because in the next day or two, Forge FC will be announcing one of 2 panels for the event. I got the chance to actually talk to one of the panelists firsthand for Forge Daily, so you can expect that conversation in the upcoming days. That's all I have for today's episode. Thank you all so much for listening. Tomorrow, you can expect both an episode of Behind the Beard and Forge Daily, so stay tuned, and I will talk to you then.
This has been Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.